Good evening. My name is Alyssa Jackson, and I'm currently going to do a video for my Political Science 502 class. So, our main topics are going to be about initiatives and referendums that have to deal with the Arizona Constitution. So, here are five topics we're going to talk about. We're going to provide the basic definitions of an initiative and referendums. We're going to explain how initiatives and referendums are created. We're going to compare and contrast how initiatives and referendums are so similar yet different from each other. Discuss the pros and cons and explain how they support the idea of the Arizona Constitution. So the definition of an initiative, it is the first reserved power, and it mostly deals with qualified electors making the final decisions to pass laws and amendments. But as for referendums, it does do the same thing, but at the same time, it depends on the vote of the people when it comes to passing public laws and amendments. So that goes into how they're created. Well, they're still created through legislative power to where it holds the main responsibility of how certain power is granted to the people, but still given permission by qualified electors, meaning how certain laws are going to be passed and why should it be passed according to everything that is going on behind closed doors and how the people are going to react to it. Because one, not all reserved power is going to be closed off forever because one, it will be distributed out as soon as possible. But then again, how are they different? So with comparing them, yes, they with initiatives and referendums, they are reserved. Yes, they do require qualified electors to pass laws for the state of Arizona. The only thing that it does not always depend on is the people's opinion. Initiative doesn't, but referendums does. Referendums does depend on the people's vote and opinion. Initiative doesn't. Initiative says we can do this without the people. We don't need them. Referendum says, oh, we need them because we can't do anything without them. We need to hear their opinions. So you have one that hears voices and others that don't. And that shows that it can be a good thing, but a bad thing, even in the state of Arizona. And not just Arizona, but any other state. But just for this conversation, this discussion of me, it is talking about Arizona. Because if citizens are going to live in this state, they need to know, are they going to be heard or are they going to be ignored? Pros and cons. Going with the pros, yes, I'd say it's good to have qualified leaders to not only make appropriate but responsible amendments and laws for the state of Arizona, but it shows that they care and they want the best for their citizens. But I don't like how it's not always including the people's vote because one, if only one power is going to include the public's vote, then shouldn't the other power, initiative power, be included too? Because right now that's a pro and that's a con. But also, it's not always about those who are in power who get to do what they want and live scot-free. No, it's about making sure that one, you're passing down laws based on what you've been seeing in the people of Arizona, things that need to change, things that should be better, things that need to be improved altogether. And so it goes down to the main thing. How can the initiatives and referendums support the idea of the Constitution in Arizona? It's all about hearing opinions, to share opinions with the people and not just qualified electors. So that way the people can voice their opinions, which leads into direct democracy. How are you going to leave a state of democracy if you're acting like Republicans to where you don't want them to hear a vote? That's something that direct democracy does not deal with. So, as we get ready to close out, just think about it. Should people voice their opinions more through democracy, or should they allow qualified leaders to make every choices for them? Think about it. But other than that, I do hope and pray you have a great rest of your evening. And I thank you so much for your time. Have a great one. Goodbye.